Welcome to Playmode, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of ABA therapy. Here, we interview professionals in the industry to provide you the best tips and techniques to teach essential life skills to children on the spectrum and other developmental disorders. I'm your host, Angelica Gatlin, and I'm thrilled to guide you through this journey. I'm here to answer your most frequently asked questions, debunk common myths, and provide you with the latest research practices in ABA and PRT. So grab your coffee or tea and get ready to learn, grow, and have some fun with us. In this episode, we will discuss the essential steps to thrive in a rewarding ABA career at STEPPS. Whether you're a student considering a career in ABA or simply curious about the field, this episode is packed with valuable insight. Our special guest joining us today is Anthony Tran, our very own clinical training coordinator. Anthony brings a wealth of experience and expertise to the table. He has dedicated his career to the advancement of ABA and has played a pivotal role in shaping our training program at our clinic. With a deep understanding of this field and his firsthand knowledge of what it takes to succeed, Anthony is the perfect guest to guide us through this topic. Welcome to the show, Anthony. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your professional history and background?
Hi, everyone. I'm Anthony Tran, and I've worked with STEPPS for about 6 years. I got my Bachelor's of Science in Anthropology and minored in Applied Developmental Psych at UCLA, and recently completed an online master's at Florida Institute of Technology in Behavior Analysis Practice. When I first began with STEPPS, I started as a behavior therapist providing in-person sessions. Then I became an RBT, a lead therapist, a senior therapist, a peer trainer, and then clinical training coordinator. I also serve as an assistant case manager on one case.
Thanks for joining us, Anthony. To set the stage for our discussion, could you please provide our listeners with a brief history of applied behavior analysis, also known as ABA?
ABA therapy is a form of behavior therapy developed in the 60s by Ivor Lovaas and has become increasingly popular as a teaching method for individuals with autism. ABA is based on the idea that behavior can be analyzed, learned, and changed through reinforcement. The team will work with the family to identify problem behaviors and develop goals designed to help them understand why certain behaviors are happening and how we can replace those behaviors with more appropriate responses. For example, instead of tantruming to get access to the things that a kid might want, we can teach them to use their words instead. Over time, ABA has evolved to incorporate more natural forms of therapy that emphasizes working on these skills in a more natural environment and providing natural reinforcement. PRT, or pivotal response treatment, is the kind of ABA that we practice at STEPPS. ABA therapy is highly supported by the research, and it really helps us change the trajectory of the patients' lives that we work with.
Thanks for the clarification, Anthony. Many of our listeners are likely interested in beginning a career in ABA. Could you shed some light on the educational requirements for someone interested in entering this field?
Well, to get started as an entry-level behavior therapist, you just need to have a high school diploma and be willing to learn. If you're curious about the field in general, I think any experience volunteering or working with children and other populations with developmental disabilities is key. Many therapists who succeed come from all kinds of background, from research settings, being a classroom aide, babysitting, etc. My first clinical experience was volunteering at Leaps and Bounds Pediatric Therapy. It was there where I really grew my passion with working and supporting children with developmental disabilities. In addition, other trainings or certifications handy to have include CPR, BLS, crisis prevention training. These are all helpful to have on hand as these can sometimes be requirements to work with our patients.
So, certifications play a pivotal role in advancing most careers. Once on board, what certification can therapists at STEPPS obtain to steer the trajectory of their careers?
Certifications will dictate what roles and career positions you can take on. The three most common certifications include the RBT, the BCABA, and the BCBA credential. For therapists that want to become a registered behavior technician, you must be at least 18, have graduated from high school, passed a criminal background check, obtain 40 hours of qualified training, and successfully complete an RBT assessment. Once you meet these requirements, you must apply to the BACB board and register/pass your exam. Being an RBT will allow you to work with patients from all different funding sources. These specific requirements can be viewed in the show notes. Potential career outlooks for a trained RBT therapist besides working as a therapist include being an instructional aide or a teaching assistant in a school setting, becoming an early intervention therapist, a team leader in home programs, a parent trainer, or even higher positions within a classroom in a private school. With the BCABA credential, you can provide case management and parent training under the supervision of a BCBA supervisor. With the BCBA credential, you can be a consultant or full-time behavior analyst to a school district, a clinical director, a home program team leader, a clinical supervisor manager, insurance care advocate, etc., etc. The list goes on. This is a very versatile credential. If you're interested in research, then you can pursue the BCBA doctorate, which can do all of the above, as well as secure a full professorship or become a research director.
Some therapists are happy with their current role and wish to continue staying informed with the latest research and techniques. Can you tell us a bit more about how InSteps helps with professional development?
Sure. Ongoing professional development helps us provide the best outcomes possible for our patients. It's required in our ethics code to maintain competence with these skills. How can we do this? Well, we can engage in activities such as reading relevant literature, attending conferences, participating in workshops and trainings, and obtaining additional coursework. You can also receive supervision and mentorship and obtain appropriate professional credentials. This is so important. How would we be able to innovate or improve the quality of our services if we were not aware of the latest developments in our field? Other things you can do include networking within your company, at conferences, at professional organizations. You could follow the BACB's newsletter and gain access to current research literature and updates. If you're currently in a program right now, sometimes you can get free access to literature. Journal clubs are a fun way to review literature and really allow you to network as well as keep each other accountable to reviewing this literature. One time I attended a training with this BCBA exam prep course. And now every week in my email inbox, I receive opportunities to attend free workshops and trainings. We're so lucky now to live in a world that allows us access to so much free content. So look for it and take advantage of it.
Lastly, Anthony, with all your professional experience, what are some strategies and words of final advice you'd have for our new therapists interested in beginning and growing their careers?
I've been so lucky to work for a company like InSteps that really emphasizes growing and developing with their clinical leadership program. Some advice that I might provide for people seeking career advancement is to build strong relationships with your supervisors. Ask them for advice regarding their pathway that they took to get where they are today. If you're in a program, build connections with your classmates and share your career goals. Connections and opportunities can stem from surprising places. Lastly, I really encourage you to advocate for yourself and seek out growth opportunities. At InSteps, you can apply to our clinical leadership program quarterly. Even if you may not qualify this quarter, advocate for yourself and communicate your interest. That way, leadership will keep you in mind. Think about your specific interests and motivations and collaborate with them on how you can incorporate these interests in your role. Maybe you really enjoy working with parents or with younger learners. Maybe you're curious about doing data analysis or teaching other people. These are specific interests that specifically align with these growth opportunities here at InSteps, and I've really been able to customize the role that I have now. So I really encourage you to seek out those growth opportunities for yourself.
And with that, we've reached the end of our episode. Remember, embarking in a career in ABA is a journey filled with growth, challenges, and rewarding moments. Embrace the adventure and be open to continuous learning and development. We want to express our gratitude to you and all of our wonderful listeners for joining us today. Your support and engagement means the world to us. If you're hungry for more knowledge and resources about ABA, we encourage you to check out our website at www.insteps.com and also check out our show notes. Stay tuned for future episodes as we continue to explore exciting topics. Until then, keep striving, keep growing, and keep making a positive impact in the world of ABA. Thank you again for listening.